to iron out the details. There are several differences that they need to, talk about, such as whether India will allow the US to have, access to the Indian agriculture market. That is the biggest, point of contention. So one can assume that these are the topics that would have been discussed in this big meet.
External Affairs Minister Jaishankar has met US Secretary of State Marco Rubio at the ASEAN Summit sidelines. Jaishankar took to Twitter and posted, appreciated the discussion on our bilateral ties as well as regional and global issues. Meanwhile, just hours before the meet, Rubio said US wants to deepen its relationship with Pakistan, but not at the cost of its long-standing partnership with India. Rubio also added that both nations understand the need for pragmatic diplomacy in today's complex world. Here's more.
Well, so far the details of the meeting are not known because Jaishankar has just tweeted about this meeting that we had been expecting, and there was a lot of expectation building up to this meeting. But there are several things that India and the US side need to thrash out. The first one being the trade deal that seems to be, progressing now, because we had seen in the recent past that there were several impediments to the deal. Those seem to have been removed now, but whether or not the next stage of discussions will be held soon, that is one of the biggest question. Trump has also sort of softened his stance on India, but he does keep repeating the rhetoric that India will stop buying Russian oil in order to, get back in the good books of the US. India has so far, not commented directly on that statement from the US, but these are some good signs. The 6th or 7th round of discussions, the trade discussions, when that will be held, that is the biggest question, because both the sides have met quite a few times in the last few months to iron out the details. There are several differences that they need to, talk about, such as whether India will allow the US to have, access to the Indian agriculture market. That is the biggest, point of contention. So one can assume that these are the topics that would have been discussed in this big meet.
After more than 5 years, viewers, the skies between India and China are finally open again. That's correct. The first direct flight since early 2020 took off from Kolkata on Sunday night. That's yesterday night. Indigo flight sequence number 1703 departed just before 10 p.m. bound for Guangzhou, marking a new phase in post-pandemic cooperation. Now, more routes are also on the way, with Delhi-Guangzhou flights starting the 10th of November and China Eastern launching Shanghai-Delhi service just a day earlier on the 9th. In fact, Air India is also working on a plan to start flights to Shanghai from New Delhi. Now, this moment is being seen as a major step towards rebuilding trust between the two Asian giants. The return of these flights follows years of diplomatic frost, border tensions, and pandemic shutdowns. But with both nations now navigating global economic pressures and also looking to boost trade, this renewed connection could very well signal warmer ties. We shift our focus to the UK, where police have launched an urgent manhunt after a racially aggravated rape of a young woman in Walsall in northern England. Now, the victim, believed to be of Indian Punjabi heritage, was attacked on Saturday evening in the Park Hall area. East Midlands cops have released CCTV footage of the suspect, right as you see there on your screens, viewers. They're describing him as a white man in his 30s with short hair and dark clothing, and are also appealing to the public for information. Furthermore, detectives are saying that this was an appalling and targeted crime. Specialist teams, meanwhile, are currently working to find the attacker. Community groups have also expressed deep concern, noting that the assault comes just weeks after a similar racially aggravated rape of a British Sikh woman nearby. Police have increased patrolling and are urging everyone with CCTV or dashcam footage to come forward immediately. We shift our focus back to the US, where President Donald Trump said on Saturday he was hiking tariffs on Canadian goods by an additional 10%. This as fallout continued over a Canadian anti-tariff ad that featured late US leader Ronald Reagan. Now, the announcement comes 2 days after Trump said he had terminated all trade talks with Canada over what he terms the fake ad campaign. Now, this ad from the Canadian province of Ontario used quotes from a radio address on trade that Reagan in fact delivered in 1987, in which he warned against ramifications that he said high tariffs on foreign imports could have on the U.S. economy. Russia said on Sunday that its forces had launched strikes on Ukrainian railway infrastructure over the past 24 hours, while Ukraine said on the same day that all its troops had hit Russian radar stations in their respective daily report on the latest developments of the conflict that has dragged well into its third year now. According to the war report from the Russian Ministry of Defense, the Russian army attacked Ukraine's 147 areas, including trains used to transport weapons and equipment to the Donbass theater, energy facilities, long-range drone production workshops, and even launch sites, unmanned boat storage warehouses, and temporary deployment points of Ukrainian military formations. Jordan on Sunday received the 14th batch of patients from the Gaza Strip under the Jordanian Medical Corridor Initiative. Here, the latest group included 34 patients and 78 companions, and the patients will receive treatment in Jordanian hospitals. Patients and their families will be sent back to Gaza once their medical treatment is complete. The Jordanian Medical Corridor, as it's called, was launched in March this year and supports Palestinians and alleviates their humanitarian suffering. For perspective, Jordan has received 266 patients till now for medical care since the launch in March. We get you more.
واحنا انبترت رجلي هي مبتوره رجلي من الاثر الحرب ومن اثر النزوح ومن اثر الروحان جوار الدفاع المدني هدمت داري 8 شقق بدارين مش دار واحده وعندها 18 شهيد عندي 18 شهيد من اولادي واولاد اولادي وظل بنتين وراء واحده اكلت في عينيها شظايا ويعلم الله انه الطيب ما الطيب وفيها شظيه في راسها وهذيك اللي فيها شظيه في عينها.
Argentina's libertarian president Javier Milei won decisive victories in key districts across the country in midterm elections this Sunday. Now, the results give Milei a crucial vote of confidence that strengthens his ability to carry out his radical free market experiment with billions of dollars in backing from U.S. President Donald Trump's administration. Now, Milei's governing LA Libertad Avanza party won over 40% of votes in national elections to renew almost half of the lower house of Congress, according to tallies in local media, using numbers from electoral authorities with more than 97% of the votes that have already been counted. Now, the La Libertad Avanza also swept 6 of the 8 provinces in the vote to renew a third of the Senate. Now, these figures exceeded analyst projections for Sunday's vote. We get you more.
Los argentinos mostraron que no quieren volver al modelo del fracaso, al modelo de la inflación, al modelo de la emisión monetaria, al modelo del Estado inútil, al modelo de la inseguridad. Los argentinos le dijeron, basta al populismo, populismo nunca más.
New York mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani has vowed to take the city back at a rally on Sunday as the race enters its final stretch. That's correct. Mamdani, the Democratic nominee now, took the stage at a small stadium in Queens where he and 2 of his nation's leading progressives pitched his candidacy as a force to take on billionaires and oligarchs in this case who have thrown money and support behind his opponents. Now, viewers at the crowd chanted his name. Mamdani reiterated plans to hire thousands of new teachers, renegotiate city contracts, freeze rent for low-income residents, build more affordable housing, and provide universal child care. Here's Mamdani for you.
And now, as we stand on the precipice of taking this city back from corrupt politicians and the billionaires that fund them, let our words ring out so loud tonight that Andrew Cuomo can hear them in his $8,000 a month apartment. Let them ring so loud so that he can hear us even if he's in Westchester this evening. Let them ring so loud that his puppet master in the White House hears us. New York is not for sale.
An image of a man wearing a fedora hat standing near police officers right outside the Louvre in Paris has caught the eye or the imagination of people online. Now they're wondering if he's a detective involved in investigating the recent heist at the famous Parisian museum. French photojournalist, meanwhile, who has worked for the AP in Paris for 18 years, took the image but knows nothing about the man featured in it. Police, meanwhile, have been near the area due to robbery last Sunday, which made global headlines, but Camus didn't feel that this person was involved with them. Here's more.
Maybe he's a tourist, maybe he's just a Parisian who planned to go to the Louvre this morning, but I really don't know who is he. But I think it's kind of dandy, so I don't know, maybe it can be a tourist, I don't know. I decided to take this photo because the guy is really well dressed as an old-fashioned guy, and I decided to take this photo because I think he sticks to the idea that I have of the museum, with old things, and yes, he's dressed like, I don't know, maybe end of 19th century guy. I think it's just a guy who passing by here, and that's it. I think he has no any relationship with police or with security guards or anything. So I saw those 3 or 4 police officers in the cars, sitting in the car, and then the guy just walking by them, and so I decided to take this picture. But I was there, to make some ambience, some features photo. So, and I thought that it was a good one because the guy is well dressed. He's not the real investigator. I think he's not. We used to meet some real investigators, and they are not dressed like this. And is really young. The guy must have maybe 18 or 19 years old. So I think he's not the real investigator.
The strengthening Melissa grew into a Category 4 hurricane viewers Sunday, and US forecasters said it could reach Category 5 status, unleashing torrential rainfall and threatening also to cause catastrophic flooding in the North Caribbean, including Haiti and Jamaica. The US National Hurricane Center, meanwhile, added that Melissa is expected to move near or over Jamaica as a major hurricane early Tuesday, then reach Cuba Tuesday evening and head across the southeastern Bahamas on Wednesday. With that, it's time we slip into a short break. Much more lined up on the other side. Don't you go anywhere.
You might be expecting a delicious-sounding description here. Some sumptuously written words. Maybe a witty turn of phrase. But do we really need it?
Find a pet-friendly Italian restaurant with outdoor seating nearby and text it to Luca.
Find it real quick. Send it to the click. The place is sick.
At Vodafone, experience epic AI with the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra and save up to £1,044. Offer ends 29th of October. Vodafone.
With Post Office Over 50s life cover, enjoy peace of mind knowing your family will receive a guaranteed payout when you're gone. UK resident 50 to 80, your guaranteed acceptance. No health checks and from just £1.15 a week. Plus free 24/7 GP access with the health and wellbeing benefit. Purchase and receive a £125 gift card for amazon.co.uk, Tesco or M&S. Visit postoffice.co.uk/over50s.
No child should suffer the torture of trachoma. But so many are in pain right now. Nananga's lashes have turned inwards. They rip and tear away at his eyes. Pamelo's sight could be gone forever. He's just 3 years old. Kofanga screams for his mother. His eyes are so infected that he can't even see her. For so many children in the world's poorest countries, trachoma is torture. It's a painful infection often spread by flies, and it's destroying children's eyesight. But it could be stopped if you help today. By calling 0800 021 3925 and giving £2 a month to Sightsavers, you can help make sure children get the treatment they desperately need. You'll help us bring them the medicines and the care that can treat infections. And that means you'll be helping to save children from the torture of trachoma and a life of blindness. Please help us reach them. Call 0800 021 3925, text C7 to 82727, or go online and give just £2 a month now. Because we need you to help save the sight of children like Nananga. We need you to help save them from the torture of trachoma.
Sometimes it's the little things that remind us of them. Stay close, even when you're far apart. Send money worldwide with Remitly.
Welcome back. You're watching the Monday edition of the World Report with me, Arjun, Samar, Mahendran. Now we move on to updates from the world of business, viewers, where more than 8,000 flights were delayed across the US on Sunday as air traffic controller absences continued to disrupt travel and a federal government shutdown reached its 26th day. That's right, it's been almost a month. The US Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said that the Federal Aviation Administration, or the FAA, as it's called, experienced air traffic control staffing issues at 22 locations on Saturday, and also added that additional shortages were expected to lead to more flight delays and also cancellations in the days ahead. HSBC Holdings said on Monday it will book a $1.1 billion provision in its third quarter results. This after losing part of an appeal in a long-running lawsuit tied to Bernard Madoff's Ponzi scheme. The bank has acted as a service provider and to several funds that in fact invested with Bernard L. Madoff Investment Securities LLC. Herald Fund SPC sued HSBC's Luxembourg unit in 2009, seeking restitution of assets it said were lost in fraud. In the world of cricket, India's ODI vice captain Shreyas Iyer is currently in the ICU after suffering a ribcage injury to his left rib cage during the third ODI international against Australia in Sydney. Sources to NDTV say that Shreyas has 3 broken ribs during the match. He was released yesterday and then was readmitted. Now, the injury occurred during the 34th over of Australia's innings at the SCG, as Iyer completed an outstanding catch, to say the least, to dismiss Alex Carey of Harshit Rana. Now, Carey had attempted to slap the ball down the ground, but got a top edge that sent the ball high between backward point and deep third. My colleague Rika Roy gets us more on this.
That's right. Shreyas Iyer suffered this injury during the third ODI between India and Australia while trying to finish a catch of Alex Carey at the Sydney cricket ground. And you can see there, after having taken the ground, there was a nasty drop during which it seems like that the ball got stuck to his ribcage. We now know, and sources within the BCCI, from within the BCCI, have told us that he has broken 3 rib bones. He was instantly hospitalized in Sydney. He was released earlier yesterday. Then the team doctor figured that he was having internal bleeding. This could have been fatal, but the team doctor got him readmitted to the hospital, and thereafter he was wheeled into the ICU. He's fine now. He's been monitored, and what we are hearing from the sources within the BCCI is that he will be in the ICU for at least 7 days after that injury. Of course, Shreyas Iyer was not meant to feature in the Indian team for the rest of the series, the T20 series, but questions are regarding his availability for the series against South Africa, which is the ODI series starting on 30th of November. It could be a touch and go for the Indian vice captain.
Walking in a pink dress inspired by Mexican folk art with a mermaid-style silhouette, drag artist Angel Arumud adjusts his flowers crown on the top of his purple wig as he stepped into a sea of skeletons. Now around him, as you see on your screens, thousands of people in vibrant costumes and skull-like makeup gathered for Mexico City's annual Catrina Parade, a tribute to one of Mexico's most iconic symbol of the Day of the Dead. The holiday begins 31st October, remembering those who died in accidents. It continues November 1st to recall those who died in childhood. And then on the 2nd of November, it celebrates those who died as adults. Singer Katy Perry and former Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau appeared to have confirmed week of dating rumors after they were spotted walking hand in hand in Paris on Saturday night, the 25th of October to be precise. Now, the pair were in French capital to celebrate Perry's 45th birthday, according to TMC. The duo had reportedly attended a cabaret show at Crazy Horse, Paris, where onlookers captured videos of them leaving the venue together. Perry stunned in a sleek red dress with a thigh-high slit and a neat bun, while Trudeau kept it classic in an all-black outfit. Now, as they exited, fans and the pap broke into rendition of Happy Birthday, and one admirer even handed Perry a rose. Trudeau was later seen escorting Perry to the car, opening the door for her before the two drove off into the night in Paris. We get you this report, and that's it from me for this Monday edition of the World Report. Take care and have a wonderful day.
Paris, the city of love. And this weekend, it had a brand new power couple lighting it up. Pop superstar Katy Perry and former Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau just made their first official appearance together, hand in hand in Paris. The two were spotted celebrating Katy's 45th birthday at the legendary Crazy Horse Paris Cabaret, a celebrity favorite that's seen everyone from Beyoncé to Rihanna in its audience. After the show, Katy and Justin walked out together, relaxed, stylish, and clearly enjoying each other's company. Now, if this feels like deja vu, it's because the two have been spotted together before. It all started in July when they were seen having dinner in Montreal. Around the same time, Justin attended Katy's sold-out Lifetime Store concert. By October, the two were seen sharing a cozy moment on Katy's yacht, and that's when the dating rumors really took off. Katy, of course, recently went through a breakup with actor Orlando Bloom. The two announced their split earlier this year after nearly a decade together. They share a daughter, Daisy Dove, born in 2020. As for Justin Trudeau, he separated from his wife Sophie Gregoire in 2023 after 18 years of marriage. They continue to co-parent their 3 children, Xavier, Ella Grace and Hadrian. Neither Katy nor Justin has spoken publicly about their relationship yet. But after this weekend in Paris, fans are convinced this may be their way of saying it's official. From pop charts to parliament, looks like love knows no borders. With Abira Dhar, Bureau Report, NDTV.
Save up to £483 on your car insurance when you've just used Confused.com.
If Lubasi was your son, you'd do anything to stop his suffering. He's in agony because he has an eye infection called trachoma. It's often spread by flies, like these. If Lubasi was your son, you'd take him to the doctor. But his parents can't afford to get him the care he so desperately needs. You can. When you give £2 a month to Sightsavers, you can help save more children from agony like this and spare their parents the pain of watching their children suffer. Every month, You'll help our eye doctors get to some of the world's poorest and most remote villages. It's so simple to treat trachoma, but we urgently need your support to do it. So please call 0800 038 4920, text Site10 to 82727, or go to sitesavers.tv to give £2 a month to Sitesavers right now.
We all love a bargain, like these flatmates who switched to Vodafone and are now paying less for their full fibre broadband, which means they can still stream 2 shows at the same time. But for less. Still gaming with mates, but for less. It's easy to switch to reliable full fibre broadband for less. From Vodafone.
Tina's smart. She uses Wise to send and spend money overseas. Tina's gone. Whether she's sending money overseas or paying with the Wise travel card abroad, she could save up to 70% compared to using major banks. Join Tina and 14 million people worldwide who found a smart way to send and spend money overseas. Be smart. Get Wise.
I like making sure I've got all the right tools for the job. And now that I'm 50, that means looking after the life I've built, protecting my life if anything happened to me. That's why I decided to learn more about over 50s life insurance from Cover Today. They're the only over 50s life insurer with no waiting period, unlike other insurers who could make you wait up to 2 years for full cover. With Cover Today, you're fully covered from day one. And you're covered for the whole of your life. Plus, unlike other things in life, the price never goes up. Learning more couldn't be simpler. Go online or talk to their friendly UK team in just one phone call.
Cover Today are the only over 50s life insurer with no waiting period and no annoying trips to the doctors either. Plus, you get your choice of a £125 gift card.
Cover Today has given me genuine peace of mind. And now that's done, I can get on with something much more interesting.
To find out more about Cover Today, call our friendly UK team on 0808 143 4733 or visit covertoday.co.uk.
This is NDTV, and you're watching NDTV 24/7.
Hello and welcome to Southern View. This is a bulletin where you get all the news updates from the south of the country. I'm Uma Sudhir and I'm joined by my colleague Sam Daniel from Chennai, Vijay also from Tamil Nadu, and we also have Deepak from Karnataka. First, the big story that we are focusing on is an impending cyclone, a severe cyclonic storm that is expected to hit Andhra Pradesh tomorrow. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in fact, called Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu and inquired about the kind of arrangements that had been made to brace this cyclone and also about the kind of help that they may be requiring. And he has promised that the central forces will be on standby to help Andhra Pradesh out of any possible situation. IT Minister Nara Lokesh is expected to be coordinating with the centre and with the PMO for any kind of help that the state may lead. On the ground, the cyclonic storm is, as of now, being described as something that will turn into a severe cyclonic storm tomorrow in the morning. And as of now, it's about 600 kilometers off the Kakinada coast in the south and southwest and southeast Bay of Bengal. That's where it is located. It is moving at a speed of 18 kilometers per hour. The worrying aspect is that the winds are already gusting at 80 to 90 kilometers per hour and expected to reach even up to 110 kilometers per hour. This is reminding people of the kind of situation that arose in 2014 October itself, on 12th of October, when Cyclone Hudhud had struck Visakhapatnam and the city had suffered a loss of almost 21,000 crore rupees. Even at that time, it was Chandrababu Naidu who was the chief minister. And this time as well, he is completely making the state prepared for it. All leave for all the government officers have been cancelled. Nodal officers have been appointed, 19 officers, special officers have been appointed as well. And what we are expecting is that people should stay indoors all through the time of the storm because there are very, very heavy winds that are happening. Schools and colleges have been shut for 3 days, in fact, in order to ensure that there is no risk. Hostels have been closed and students have already been sent home, and people lying in the low-lying areas, people who are living in the low-lying areas have been evacuated into the cyclone shelters. Let's look at what exactly is happening on the ground.
ఈ రోజు 25వ తారీఖు అక్టోబర్ 2025 ఈ రోజు ఆగ్నేయ బంగాళాఖాతంలో మనకి వాయుగుండం బలపడింది నిన్న లో ప్రెషర్ నుంచి. సో ఇది రేపు 26వ
కంటిన్యూయింగ్ టు మూవ్ ఫర్దర్ నార్త్ వెస్ట్వర్డ్స్. It is very likely to cross Andhra Pradesh coast between Machilipatnam and Kalingapatnam around Kakinada during evening or night of 28th as a severe cyclonic storm with a maximum sustained wind speed of 90 to 100 kilometers per hour, gusting to 110 kilometers per hour. Under these conditions, rainfall light to moderate likely at a few places today over coastal Andhra Pradesh, and at many places on the second day, and at most places on third day, and most places on the fourth day, and thereafter it will be at a few places on fifth day.
We can expect adverse weather over Andhra Pradesh, particularly tomorrow, that is today, 26th. We can expect heavy rainfall at 1 or 2 places along the coastal districts. Tomorrow, we can expect lot of impact, particularly the coastal districts, where we can expect light to moderate rainfall at many places with heavy to very heavy and extremely heavy rainfall activity over coastal districts, that is Nellore, Prakasham, Bapatla, Krishna, West Godavari, Konasima, Kakinada districts, while the remaining adjacent districts right from the Chittoor to Nandyala and Rayalaseema and Palnadu to Srikakulam in coastal Andhra Pradesh, we can expect heavy to very heavy rainfall activity.
So NDTV will continue to track the progress of the cyclone, and we will also be bringing you the ground reports, the precautions, and also all the developments related to the cyclone here on this channel. Now we move on to my colleague Sam Daniel in Chennai. This is a day when actor Vijay, who's turned, of course, politician, has been meeting with the victims of the Karur stampede. Sam,